Hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 311 of the Building in Public series. Today is our Wednesday update, and today is a pretty interesting one for us. Overall, it's been a day of Shopify and WooCommerce today, or well, sorry, Shopify and WordPress rather. And yeah, it's a pretty mental one because I've kind of understood the limitations of Shopify a little bit more today compared to the likes of like WordPress or something like that. So one thing I'm sort of struggling with at the moment when it comes to Shopify is essentially syncing it to any app like Google Sheets or anything like that to do something basic like stock management, as an example. Now, we had a pretty mental issue where we essentially thought the issue to our problem, right? So basically, the way Shopify works, I'll give you a very quick crash course with products, is they have handles and titles. Okay. Now, in WooCommerce, for example, you have your title and your SKU. Okay, so your SKU can be different to your title, vice versa. Whereas in Shopify, one thing I noticed is that if you have variants of a product, so say if you have a lilac t-shirt and you want a black t-shirt, right? In Shopify you would make a color and then that color would add its own variation and so on, right? And the same in WordPress, you would add that and then basically that variation would have its own SKU code. Whereas in Shopify, for whatever reason, um, your handle, which is Shopify's version of a SKU code, is exactly the same throughout. So if you try to do any automations with it, it won't work because the handle is different, right? So yeah, I've been dealing with that today. It's been a bit nuts. I'm working with a developer at the moment to see if they can streamline the process because the issue uh, that really came about was essentially we updated the spreadsheet thinking that was all we needed to do. We imported the spreadsheet into Shopify, and instead of basically updating, I think, the 32 products that were on the site, it added its own version of the product. So I think we went from 32 products to something like 240 something products with all the variations that were attached to it, which was a bit mental. So yeah, dealing with that. That's been fixed now though. So we're just working with the developer to hopefully get the automation sorted, and maybe they can give me some insight into what the problem was. And yeah, other than that, we've been working today actually on a long-term client of ours. That I mean, they've been long-term, I'd say, especially the past 2 months. We've been doing a lot more work with them, and these are the guys at Towie Eye Care. Now, essentially, what we're doing in this video is going through preparations for the go live checklist. So you can see there as an example, the header doesn't look quite great, and we're optimizing the website for different devices. So during a go live checklist, you typically optimize a profile. You typically optimize a website for 4 or 5 different devices, that being desktop, laptop, tablet portrait, tablet landscape, and mobile. And yeah, I think that's one of the little details that I don't think people really realize go into a website, specifically good websites, is you need to have your website be responsive throughout. Because if it's not responsive throughout, then that's where you can lose a lot of your customers. Because predominantly nowadays, honestly, most website customers nowadays, it's probably more like 60 or 70% mobile, and then probably about 30% desktop, which is pretty interesting. So if you don't optimize for these devices, you could lose out on a lot of business. And yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting with the guys at Towie Eye Care because we've been having a lot of conversations today as well about the sort of local SEO aspect and the organic SEO aspect. We sent them over a breakdown yesterday on the difference between the two. And who knows, we might be doing some work with them in the future. Uh, Not too sure. But yeah, these guys have been a pretty cool client from start to finish. They've really helped us out. They've given us all the content that we needed to. And that's honestly one of the things as a website designer that you cherish the most, right? Because if clients can give you content and your copy up front, it makes your job so much easier and so much quicker. But yeah, this will be another client ticked off the list probably tomorrow, and then that kind of leaves our November then with a lot less to do, but still a lot to get on with as well. You know, we've got so tomorrow our plan of attack is we've got a system that we've got to tweak on the Peaky Blinds website. So we've got to implement other products, we've got to implement other fabrics, and just get that moving along and get that progressing. And then we're also going to probably dive into our SEO case study as well. I'll see what I can give you guys on that because I don't exactly want to reveal the URL or anything yet, but I'd probably like to reveal the insights about what it takes to get it live and everything like that and talk about it. So yeah, we'll see how tomorrow goes. We'll see how it progresses. But yeah, pretty much guys, that's everything for episode 311. Hope you're all keeping well. Hope you're all keeping all right. And I'll see you tomorrow for episode 312. Cheers guys. Bye for now.